Contrast Uncut, yeah, you know that's us. Where we only speak the real and the real rock with us. Where we motivate the people and politic on success. Oh no, we ain't DJ Khaled, but they swearing we the best. Contrast Uncut, Contrast Uncut.
Man, what's happening? It's Contrast Uncut, Season 3, Episode 1. You know we're kicking off a new Season 3, right? You know what I'm talking about? It's your host, DJ $1, like I want some money, aka Zylo. I want to give a special shout out to Bobby D Presents and Uncle Snoop's Army. I wouldn't be able to do this without you brothers. And you know, let's get into it. I got a very legendary guest for this third season. And you know, I grew up listening to this brother since I was young. I mean, slapping all the music from when he was back with the Click. And I mean, from the monumental transitions he's done in his independent game, and pretty much moving units out the trunk and getting the whole hustling brand of the Bay Area, and pretty much leaving the imprint with Sick With It and Block Movement. I'm talking about, I got OG BeLA, Be Legit in the building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's the deal?
Man, God bless you, man. Your presence, man. You know, virus free. I've been quarantined up.
Oh, yeah. What's good with it?
Man, how you think it working for you?
Yeah, it's been good, man. You know, everything been moving and grooving as it should. You know, maintaining, and you know, we here.
Yeah, bro. But let me let you know that time is the most finite thing we have on this earth, man. So I want to make sure I let you know, first of all, that I appreciate your time for coming on the show, man.
Yeah. So
I got a quote, bro. Let me know how it relates to you, or if it doesn't, it's all good. I just want you to talk about its contrast and effect.
All right.
You pray for rain. You got to deal with the mud, too. That's part of it. Denzel Washington.
Okay. I definitely know that. I definitely can resonate with that. You said you play in the rain?
Yeah, you got to deal with the mud, too.
Definitely got to deal with the mud, too. That's just saying, basically, you got to pick the bitter with the sweet. And anybody that's in the game or come from the game understand that it's never going to always be sweet.
Right.
And for those that's been in the game, has been on the bottom flow, it's never always going to be bad, bitter. So, you know what I'm saying? You got to take the rain with you, man. So if you're willing to take the gains, you got to be able to take the losses too.
Yeah, I like to think of, like, you know, Kobe and everything. He said something that I was stuck with this quote that, you know, that resonates with me as well. It's like, you know, you got to enjoy the losses. You got to enjoy the time when it's hard. Because when you up and you in there righteous, you know, you on plan A and plan A works, ain't nothing better. Because you ain't going to turn back to them moments where you was on them times.
All right, so my partner told me that the L's don't stand for losses. They stand for learning lessons. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you don't learn from it, then it's a loss. You know, that means you keep repeating the same thing over and over and over and over again, and that becomes a loss. But if you get in it and, you know, there's a lesson like that happened to me, and it'll happen again, learn from it, you grow.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So, you know, all of this ties into my next question. It's an origin question. You know, did the game choose you, or did you choose the game?
I believe that, I mean, in a sense, you know, you have a choice. It all depends on what game you're talking about. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, when you're growing up, you know your rights and your wrongs. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be your choice if you want to get into whatever it is, gang activity, drugs, whatever it is, you know, whatever kind of game that you will play is your choice to get in. But with me, I felt like living in the Bay Area is game infested. You start off in the game, you got to work your way out of it. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, so it ain't like we got a choice. And before we got here, it's been many other players and other games from the Black Panthers. We had even from the musical standpoint, coming from my city, Slide and Family Stone function. So we had people already that laid together Brick Road in all aspects. Like I said, the Mac opening with the hip stuff, and then we had the Panthers. And, there's a whole lot of stuff going on the West Coast game wide. So you born in it, so to speak.
The soil is where it originated.
Yeah, you got to move. You got to float to the top and figure your way out of it. It's like the trap. Born in the trap, you got to get out the trap.
Yeah, you see what's really like on the other side of the years.
Right. Yeah.
So, but no, you got some real deep knowledge. But my reference when I'm talking about the game, you talking about like the entertainment, the music industry, the success that you've been able to reach.
I believe that when it came back to that part of it, I would have to say the game kind of shows me. I can say that because we tried to get a record deal at the beginning. We tried to get signed. We tried to get, and if it was up to them, you would never heard of E40, either Jet, or Click, because they said no. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. So big motivator.
So they said no, they wasn't digging it. So we had to figure out through the game how to, push past the no. How we gonna get our records on the shelf? How we gonna do it independently? Is there another way that we can do this? And they said no, we can't just let them tell us no. We got to figure out which way, but maybe back though. Shit, you trying to prove? I'm gonna do the grade underneath. We're gonna get in there. Yeah, we're getting in there.
Not to touch on, I think we are gonna cut that off just to get that sound going. When you get in these gyms like this, man, you want to get every part of it. Because one thing is for certain is that the Bay Area is like one of the big staples of hip hop, and to this day, you still gotta slap a few of the people across the face and let them know, like, hey, a lot of this shit is because of us.
The thing is they don't realize, and I understand, I get it that you from a younger generation and nobody sit down and schooled you and tell you how we got to this point. Yeah. Maybe they didn't school me about, the Aretha Franklin's, Marvin Gaye's, and the people that came before hip hop. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So there was people that always came prior to that let you know. Now, coming from where I'm coming from, in my era, we did listen. We had no choice to listen to my mama's records and stuff like that. So I got to learn who these people were, and it's embedded into you because then music was more like a healer. People were going through things and they would use the music as they do today. A lot of people party today, but back then they used to use it to, just to get through the times. You know what I'm saying? People moved from down south to Northern California, and they were just new area, new people, trying to find their way. So they used music to bring people together, and it was a happy feeling. I guess it was more like if we can't get along no other way, we can get along musically. It creates the harmony. So they bridge the gap. Yeah. So in them days, your parents had a stereo with the speakers on the side.
They wearing the wood, all wood.
All wood.
All wood.
Had the little disco lights going. 8-track player in there, and that motherfucker, they play that motherfucker from sun up to sundown. The screen door open.
The corner parties.
You know what I'm saying? They're playing cars. You know what I'm saying? They just living their life. They having fun. I mean, that's what the music was. It was more like a healer, good time type of situation. And that's what we were really used for.
So as you were going through your nose and pretty much how you guys had to pretty much create a way to the market, what was your guys' confirmation of, this is what you guys should be doing with your lives? Like, I know, for the listeners that don't know, this brother had great success in the beginning at Grambling State.
Right.
And the transition to coming out here and making sounds, and, it took people not to understand it. but it took for everyone else to buy it locally in the surrounding areas
So
you guys to get the imprint.
So what happened with us, being from the Bay Area, we got to see Too Short make cassette tapes for, say, this D-boy, or this dude right here that's getting money in the game, and he do what he called a special request. And for us, being in BeLA, to get a hold to like an old Too Short tape where he was selling them for $5, that was classic, man. You got that Too Short, like, you know, we dubbed it from each other, and, you know, we selling the shit in the radios and shit like that. But just coming from that type of thing, well, shit, he didn't have no record deal in the beginning, but we heard his music because he was out the trunk, tape to tape, you know, so you seen that hustle. You seen people do it from the ground up, you know, trying to do it. So it's like, shit, we gonna mimic this too, but we're gonna take it a little further from, we actually gonna make a wax record, you know, at the time. It was a maxi single. So we went and called Rainbow Records and we printed it up. At that time, it was called MVP, Most Valuable Players. And that's the cover where we on there. So I think about 1988, we got a green Fila sweatsuits on. We in the game, but at the same time, we so we get money being in the game, but now we want to do this music. So we got enough money to put out our own music. How much it costs to make this? Oh, for real? How we got to go do this? We learning this from St. Charles at the same time because he put out a gospel record. So once we get locked in on how to get things moving, we put it together. Now we got the record. We're like, oh shit, how we gonna sell them? How we gonna get them to the DJs? So we just started figuring out ways. Shit, we started putting them in liquor stores, at the corner liquor stores. You know, put the albums on liquor stores, sell them, put them on consignment in the liquor stores. Started going to different. At this time, we had warehouse records and different record stores. You actually walked in and bought records and cassettes. We used to go in there and put them on consignment. And it's crazy because at that time, maybe like 88, 89, I think the cassette had just now, I don't know what year the cassette just came, but it just now,
it was,
you know what I'm saying?
That's fire.
Yeah, just now. Yeah, because it went from A-track to the wax for the DJs, and now here come the cassettes. So by the time the cassettes come, that's when we become the clay. You feel me? That's when the Let's Side EP came out. And when we did the Let's Side EP, I think we pressed maybe 5,000 cassettes or something like that. 5,000 cassettes. And we took the cassettes, put them in the cars, and stacked them all over the Bay. When niggas had party, we driving the traffic, we hear somebody got some slap. We're like, hey man, slap this, you know what I'm saying? Actually, before the Side, maybe the Side came out around the same time as Mr. Flamboyant. Either one of them, when them both was out at that time, is when the streets started to gravitate to us. And they were like, what's this? It's something new. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we started, you know what I'm saying, hood to hood, block to block, on foot. On foot, though. You know what I'm saying? And just, you know, shaking the hands and kissing the babies and hanging out and getting drunk and just, you know, people looking at us like, oh, y'all stars, y'all kicking it. We're looking at them like, we love y'all too. Y'all want to go to y'all house, play the domino? You know what I'm saying? We were just kicking it like that. So I think our beginning of drive, us being from the streets and then connecting with niggas that was in the street and people that was in the street at that given time and they were active, is what made us build our fan base. You know, we actually, like, we wasn't an artist that came out and you just heard about us as singers in magazines. The only way you really heard about us as singers in that time was we was on foot
in the streets.
going into record stores. We went to Louisiana, we went to Texas. We were flying places. Yeah, really.
You had to work. There was no digital. You had to.
Wasn't no Instagram, wasn't no Facebook.
Yeah.
So even getting the music, the actual cassettes and stuff to the stores and to the different distributors, one stops and stuff like that. You had to go out there, fly out there, and send them. Put that on the ground. You know what I'm saying? All that's money. Now y'all emailing. They all can send a nigga. If I had to get somebody on my track, if I didn't fly him in to get on my track, I would have to actually send him the whole reel to his session way out in Texas. They waiting on the reel, then they put their vocals on, they got to send the reel back. But now, you know what I'm saying, we on
digital.
So that's just crazy. But I just been here from that to now. So
but you know what's amazing about that? As you said the right word. You said consignment. A lot of people at that time, consignment, it was only labels that was able to negotiate with these stores, and at that time, you guys were able to pretty much do it all on your own.
Well, what happened was we was able to move around because just as you have major distributors, you have independent distributors that distribute independent music. So, and then you have those independent distributors in like each region. You go to Texas, you have South by Southwest or whatever, not South by Southwest, but one of them things out there. But you had different people that actually distribute your record. So say like this place called One Stop or whatever, they might say, okay, we need 5,000 units. So you got to ship them 5,000. There's another place over here in the South or another place in the Midwest. And, you had to fulfill the orders like that, but then certain distributors had different retail stores that they was working with that covered the area. Like, if you was going to Walter pretty much had Kansas City and the Midwest on lock. You know what I'm saying? So
you guys used to rock with BeLA Brown too at the time.
Oh yeah, BeLA Brown, all of them. Yeah, because we started off like with Jason at the Music People and Walter over there and what's the name of their place? Forgot the name of their distribution company. But we fucked with Walter and them over there. And it was good. It was like, because at first we came in, like you say, like I say, we was putting it on assignment, seeing, who like it. That shit caught on fire. Now we're bringing truckloads in and they handling us a check. My first album that I went through there trying to get a buck.
Yeah.
It sold like 41,000 the first week back then on an independent with no promotion or nothing. First week, 41,000 copies. You know what I'm saying?
They're barely able to do that now.
Well, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Wow. History.
That was back then. And that was when, things was getting about $10 a woo-wop, on the independent side. Yeah. You had to do your own promotion, your own marketing.
What was the name of the store y'all was posted in front of for the album covers?
That's a good one. It's in Fairfield though. It's called, it was like a Quick Stop Liquors.
Yeah.
It was by Suga because the photographer place was over there. And we just went over there, man, real quick and just took a picture.
That's
really mobbing.
Yeah.
I was really mobbing. I said, man, let's go ahead and get a paper bag. One pop the trunk, pulled the pistol out. Took a picture real quick. Those police came and got it. So, this is the way it went down. We did the music. We were doing the music, did the music, but we were still in the game, right? So, in the game back then, just say you was working with a unit, and a unit about around $20,000-$25,000. That's what you was dealing with on the block. So we go down there, and we drop off 5,000 sets, right? 5,000 and just say $10 a piece.
That's 50 bands.
That's 50 bands. At that moment, when that check transpired, we knew that was my confirmation. This is the way to go. See what I'm saying? Because
that's when they got real.
Yeah, we down here, fucking around with this little, fancy. We dropped this small little thing off of music. Didn't have to go run, didn't spend no gas money hardly, and got a check for 50. So
I ain't never seen that in my life.
That was this the game I want to be. No, y'all go ahead.
That's stressful.
Yeah, this is it. But really, if you rewind the clock, we had 40 million band in our life. Because we come from music. Played in junior high school marching band, played drums, you feel me? So me being in the music was something that was already in my DNA. It's already in my.
I don't know, first line?
Definitely. Our first line snare, first line quads.
Okay.
Yeah, I was the captain. He was the captain too. We used to go against each other. But so that really beat shit was already in. When the music started coming, and at the time it was, how what was going on in the street, we just basically reporters for what was already going on. So that's how the WA was street knowledge reporting about what was going on. So we joined, but we come from the Bay, in the Bay Area. It's totally different from any other place. So we wasn't sounding like nobody, we wasn't trying to be like nobody. We had an unorthodox style. I had the slow mob style, so it was like a peanut butter and jelly situation that they never heard before. And that's at that moment, like, what I'm saying, this is something different. What was this for? You like, yeah, what the hell is that? At that given time.
We was like, we fucking with this.
Yeah, one or the other.
I always crazy to hear stories from certain big East Coast rappers and people from other regions, and a lot of their first time experiences came from, they would legitimately say, E40, be legit, taught us how to smoke weed, do shit like that.
Yeah, right. And so what I like to tell people, because I know a lot of young rappers come up and, they not full of themselves, but they think that they've been everything.
Yeah.
They don't realize there's nothing new under the sun.
Right.
So when this other rapper said, I'm the first one to say this, or I'm the first one to say this, we're like, well, actually, in 1900s, in 1999, there was this guy.
He said, we used the term player hater.
Right. So, it's funny, but you don't want to fight their battles. You don't want to discourage anybody's creation, or you don't want to sound like the bitter OG, the heckler, or stuff like that. So you just be like, hey man, whatever.
Let's get to this money.
Yeah, let's get to this money. Don't matter. Like the shit that you arguing about.
Don't matter at all.
I seen somebody's A$AP Rocky the other day saying that he made Air Force Ones popular. He might have did in this era, but in another era, Nelly made them popular.
Yeah. Another era,
somebody else might have made them popular when they first came out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So these arguments, these debates, these is the glass half full or half empty?
She gonna be drinks. Be happy.
It's cold. It's wet.
Man.
You know what I mean?
So, as you guys are pretty much starting to really make waves all across the Midwest, Washington, Oregon, you guys really starting to track waves with everything. What were some of the highs and lows as you guys were starting to make the deals and get distribution and pretty much really just take over the scene? And some of the stuff you guys did, nobody was able to do.
Well, when we first got in, the main thing that decided was to click. That was everybody. That was everybody as a group. That's what the group was signed. That signed to. Before we got signed, we did it independently, but that. So we sold a lot of records, and then at this time, the majors started coming and wanted to have sit down and want to talk. See what it is, what to do to broaden the horizon or whatnot. And we like, at this time, you can do the math of what kind of money that they can take out and do it. So, we're like, yeah, we can sit down and talk about it, if you can show us how we can make more than what we're already doing, how this asset, how your machine can plug into what we already got going and make it better. To enhance it. To make it make sense. Then, we did. So, so we sit down and, we got it all worked out. Everybody got different. It's unorthodox.
Unheard of. No one's ever said that.
Right. So, it was a label deal, it was a solo deal, it was different solo deals, it was P&D, president, just P&D deal, I forgot to take the spot back there. But anyway, there was a lot of them mixed into one, and we were able to get it worked out, and we were the first ones to go in here and kind of be like, look, we already got this, how you gonna make this happen? And they did it. So they put it together, so that's when it clicked. Came out with Emulated, 95.
Yeah. Hurricane.
So stuff like that.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. So the Down Dirty album kicked off, and then the Game Related, that's when it would go. It might be platinum now, but it would go back then. And then that was also the birth. Not really the birth of our solo career, like going into, it would be our solo careers after getting a job. That's what the city label and everything, and you started seeing Hemp Museum, you started seeing Darryl Hall, you start seeing the money kick in with this special, bigger artists, bigger videos, bigger budgets and stuff like that.
Real quick, was Sarah Smile your idea to get Darryl Hall for that?
Yeah.
The Gamble Smile?
Yeah.
That's dope.
Oh, actually, wasn't my idea, my bad. My fucking bad. So, this lady named Laurel Dan, she used to work at job. I guess she made it on. So, when I did the record in Seattle. It was one of the rainy days, I did the record. Like, rainy, I really felt the record.
Yeah.
And I was like, I had my partner say, so I said to her, and she said, we really love this record. She said, would it be something that we could get Darryl Hall on? She said, wow, make some calls. Wow. So she sent the record to Darryl Hall. So the people that kind of people sent the record to him. He said, he got 2 big tall boxes of CDs and tapes for back then cassettes. And people wanted to remake the song and do it, songs that he don't let me hear. They turned all of them down. Wow. He heard this record and said, I'm with it. Damn. And not only was he with it, he was like, he didn't take 100% of the record, like, it's a show record. He didn't take 100%. And, he was nice enough to leave me a nice portion of the record. Like, he only took like 50%. That's his 40. And he could have took 100. Yeah. It was his song. He performed on it. And he sang on it. He did a video. And it was his music. He could have took 100% of that song.
No one's ever done that song after that either. No one's ever really did it or anything like that.
It was crazy. I flew up to his house in Connecticut. I flew up to his house. Went to his house. He had studio with this guy, billboard shit. Coolest dude ever. And they mixed the record there. And what else? Oh, he can have little bottles of Coke. They gotta be glass.
The old school?
Old school.
Yeah.
12, I think they're 12
ounces or something like that, yeah.
12 ounce big bottle of Cokes.
Wow.
And that's what he fucked with. That's what he liked. He don't want it on can. He don't want it out of.
No tea, none of that.
Glass.
It's something about that glass. There's something about that glass that gives him what he needs. So, just stay over here, so turn the thing over.
Bruh, man, the sweat that immediately cooled off. I'm good. We in like flame. So, bruh, I mean, we was going into some real deep history, some of that you don't hear anywhere else but here.
Yeah.
So what was some of the highs and lows through all that? Because I mean, there was some big highs, and I mean, everybody thinks it's all good when you get up here and you have all these things working for you, manifestations working, but they don't realize there's still things that happen that make things a challenge.
Okay.
No, good.
So listen, when you get signed as an artist for a group, it's like the sand thing. You know what I'm saying?
It's a time.
It's a time. And normally, a lot of people, as an artist, back then, your career might make 5 years if it was good. If you made it past your freshman and sophomore album, you did a 5 album or 5 years, you might. That's what they say. They ask you a question when you interview like that. So where do you see yourself in 5 years? Or where do you see yourself in 10 years? That's the question. And a lot of those dudes, or women or whoever, they don't, they had that window of opportunity, and then after that, they just go out. And the reason why a lot of them go out is because they didn't know how to put their own records out. They were dependent on these companies. Right. So the company don't feel like you finna 10 times their money that they put in it, and they're not really gonna be interested in really putting your record out at that time. You know what I'm saying? It's like you talk to people having $1 million video budgets back then. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you roll the dice, you gonna get up here or you ain't gonna make it. What else is a little different because we up here, with the record label. If this doesn't work, we come down and step back to our independence.
We still
rolling. We still rolling, and we got a better look because we done had national exposure.
Did you prepare for that going into it, knowing that, hey, this can go any direction, even though we're on top of the game right now?
No, it's just like anything you get into, you even piece of cake, you started from the middle, still gotta go back down to the bottom to get up the shit. From the bottom, you got it right here. Now, if we make it right here, and we start to decline, we're not going all the way back down, we just gonna come down a level because we still got the business aspect of it and the machine in place. We know how to get to the store. At this time, we're talking about, 90s, early 2000s, 90, all the way up to 99, something like that.
I mean, you got 30 plus years in the game.
Yeah, definitely.
So when we talk about these people that have 5-year careers,
right?
You guys had a whole different route. I mean, it was a 30-year plan. Y'all going on 40-year plan.
Yeah, so it's different. Like, what I'm saying? Like I said, these people, they 100% depend on a record label to make them who they were.
Yeah.
By default, we learned the game because we didn't have a record label taking us under there. So that forced us to learn how to get shit rolling. So from there on, it's like whether we own or off, we roll. And then fast forward to now, you really don't need it because you got the internet and all the shit to your disposal. If that's, kind of program.
Right. So, through all of this, I do want to bring up something important because,
Wait a minute, you did, I'm not bad. You did want to know about the lows.
I ain't gonna lie, bro, there hasn't been too many. Because you guys had a plan. A lot of people get in and don't have a plan.
Yeah, it do get fucked up for some people, so to speak, when 12 o'clock strikes. When the Cinderella story, when the 12 o'clock strike, it turns into pumpkins. Because in the beginning, you think you are Cinderella. They're going to give you money, everything that you need with the park. Shit, you're going to be getting limousines, rental cars, New York, all shit, to look the park as this artist. But then when, your host is up, you go out living like, this is cool, but I don't want this shit cut. So it's really going to take me on time. But you didn't realize that all the times you hopped in that limo and all that food that you ate, you thought it was on them. No, that was on you. They had to cook all of that. And that money that they gave you in advance, that was coming from the money that you was going to make on the end. That wasn't us just giving you none because we your artists and we like you. But you got to pay that back through business. So when you see that chicken, you got to go parentheses around it. That means undercooked. It don't mean that's yours. It means you still owe this amount.
Wow.
So then you go borrow some more money and get deeper in that hole for your next album. So for some people, that would become your low point because you find yourself digging yourself a hole your whole career. And you don't want to really tell too many people that if you're touring good enough, you can make it look like everything's fine. You know what I'm saying? You get tour money, but really looking on the record sales, it ain't as smooth as you thought it was. If you have a regular deal, like a regular artist deal, and go off and dig you in the group with 4 people like the click, and you got to split that 4 ways. So then you're a solo artist too, though. When you over here solo, you're like, man, and then if you start this out as a solo artist, that check came back, boy, it's huge. This one right here, I only got this high, so you only naturally gonna focus on what makes you your most money.
So it makes sense.
So this is when the group tends to kind of yeah. And then in the groups, we family, so we have different ties to one another versus a regular group when people start pulling, or like just say like the Commodore, the old groups, and come in and say, hey, you lead singer, I think you ought to go solo. You feel me? And we like you. But what about 30 and Johnny? Okay, but the girls would scream you. I'm trying to get you to kind of turn your back. Yeah, they is screaming my name. And then your loyalty, your everything that you stood for kind of goes out the window for the business so-called aspect. That's why you see a lot of groups breaking up. People ain't talking to each other no more. Wasn't enough money in that pile there for everybody.
I was going to ask you, how did you guys as a family handle the time? Obviously you must have had some disputes, but being within that.
Well, it's just what I said. Everybody kind of, we did a couple of clip albums.
Yeah.
It's only like 2. But it's over 30 or 40 hours. 15, 20, legit albums. So that's what happened.
Yeah, I get you.
You see what I'm saying?
In a nutshell, yeah.
You still to go what's going to bring home the love.
I get
but
you.
this is all good. This is love. This is something that was good. This is something that went down in history books. That's all up.
Yeah.
But you have to keep elevating. You have to keep going.
Absolutely.
Nobody told you to stop there.
So I gotta ask, what got you to the lifestyle of being vegan? What helped you transform to allow your palate to enjoy that?
Donald Trump. So told me when Donald Trump was running for president, and he was actually going to win this election, I said, boy, you need to raise your frequency a little bit so you can actually see what's going on, because you gotta, not like, I have followers, I have family, I have fans and stuff like that, and they look to me to figure out, hey, well, what we doing here? What the world doing? So I'm gonna figure this one out. I'm like, oh shit, I don't come president. Or it's gonna be something different. I need to raise my frequency. So I was hearing about raising your frequency. You can do it by not taking in animal products, no meats, stuff like that. To eat more greens and stuff, that you will be more enlightened to, what's going on, more in tune with the universe and nature-wise. So I done did a lot of stuff against my body, being in music, touring, and stuff like that. So I felt like, going into this second half of life, getting older now, let's
Be smart about it.
yeah, let's
You want to be here longer.
well, it's just like I was using regular oil, now I'm using synthetic. Park out over 100,000 miles.
Yeah.
We're going to start taking it smoother. You feel me? You can't put all that poison in the old cars. You put poison in the new cars. It's like your mom, you can't put it in the old cars. Then you get the situation. So today, to where we were given a lot of foods that wasn't right for us back in the slavery time, like corn, malt, cinnamons, and it became what they call soul food. Right? But the result of eating soul food, today's soul food, let's say today's soul food with genetically modified ingredients and the antibiotics that they give these animals, what they feed them. You're not even getting all the nutrients that you're supposed to be getting. Yeah. You're not getting all the shit that you take that's supposed to be given in your daily, your diet.
People think it's healthy for you to feel full and lethargic and comatose, and it's not.
I even say that, I don't know what it's called, bloody or something. You can't be, that shit don't feel good. That shit is miserable ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, just be barely can breathe. But like I was saying, fast forward to today, now the coronavirus is out. Who was it getting? The people that got diabetes, people who have lung issues, asthma and stuff, for not being healthy. The result of not eating properly makes you more accessible to disease.
Right.
Disease can't live in the body if you don't carry it. You just carry it. So you just come from animals and animal products. So that was one of the things I wanted to be more healthier, more conscious, more aware of what was actually going on, not what the people were telling me. So it's time to
Let's go.
Yeah. A lot of people got into it. Oh yeah, some people don't even know why. Just because it became a hype or it became some way that people wanted to lose weight or whatever. But I think as we going, leaving from the age of Pisces going into the age of Aquarius, which is the age of information. Information is out there, and people who are being more conscious about everything, conscious about what they digest, what they take in. Like, wait a minute, that don't sound right. First, it was like, okay. For everything you heard on the news, everything you see, you believe. Now it's like, wait a minute. So people are waking up and being more conscious about whatever they digest, whatever they put in, whatever they take in as knowledge, whatever they take in as food, and so on and so forth.
That's deep. It's powerful. I like to say knowledge is power, but when you lose that knowledge, it's superpower.
Yeah, it's just
enhance.
Yeah, definitely. It's like faith without the works. I got faith. I can shoot this basket in the hole, but if I don't ever shoot it,
you ain't gonna never know.
It's just hard. It's just hard.
So, I want to get into my awareness segment, and, it's pretty much, I have a lot of youngsters that watch the show, and they don't know what to do in situations that, when the red and blue lights hit, that high beam hits the back of their neck and searches the back of the car, or let's see, the passenger seat, you hear that blurp sound, and you're getting pulled over. And, a lot of the time, people are aware of what to do in the situation of getting to the money, but they don't know what to do when they get in the situation, the lights come on. And, other times it's innocent people that just rolling and, they get pulled over and don't know what to do. So I like to ask everyone on my show that comes on, when's the last time you pulled over and what's some advice you can give some of the viewers, on what to do in that situation.
Yeah, well, let me see. Last time, I don't really get pulled over, I drive like an old man. I don't be doing that shit like that. But I think I did get pulled over one time, maybe because of bad tag on the plate or whatever. But anytime that I'm getting pulled over, I want to go home that night. I ain't got time to go to jail. I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste my time. And I ain't up to shit. So I'm going to comply. See, the thing what people want to do is like, you got this attitude in your mind. Those punk ass officers fucking with me. That's a black people that always have to shit about it. They can be like that, and it could be an opportunity that they're not like that. So, for me, my best thing is just to comply. Like, hey, I want to pull over. I'm going to keep my ear reading the same. They don't need none of this false stuff. They have a license registration. They'll get the license registration. They ain't going to talk slick to them. None of that. Because I'm going to finesse my way out the situation. If I get this dude to come down to my level, I'm playing a mind game. I'm trying to get him to come down to my level again. I'm trying to be cool, respectful, whatever. Get through the process. Let's get through the process. And if he still is a dude, he still won't get through the process. I'm going to sign the ticket. Do whatever I got to do and be on my way. But I'm not going to give you a reason to take it further than this. It's a citation that I do wrong, whatever, we'll get my ticket right. I'm not going to be like, giving you no reason or pull me out the car, search the car, all bullshit. Right. So I just try to finesse it and get the fuck away from it. Because, you end up in a bad situation.
So, the last time I was in the Bay Area, I did I interviewed Muzzy. And I left Muzzy's gym, and headed down to Vallejo to do another interview with Claire White, an attorney. And I got pulled over driving from Vacaville to Vallejo.
Right.
And they caught me on some bullshit because I had my GPS up. My GPS thing, I hit a little speed bump or whatever, a little thing on the road. Falls to the ground, I pick it up, look at the thing, and CHP driving by, so it gets me. And, I'm still dealing with that shit right now.
Shit. They don't, you can argue.
Oh, no, I took it bad about the situation.
That's kind of like, I ain't gonna lie, that I have time, I might have, some little bit of weed on it for sure. But that ain't
California.
Yeah, but that ain't even the issue. It's just like, I don't want to go through having to bail out, having to go get my car to get bail. If I'm saying I ain't doing that, I'm better I got some responsibility of what I'm running with. Right. I look at that.
So, as you know, we got into the intensity of when the last time we pulled over, we dropped the gems and awareness of what to do. I like to transition out and have some fun. I have this segment called Trading Places. You know the movie with Dan Aykroyd, Eddie Murphy? Right. And you know, they wake up and lives have changed and everything's different. So on this episode, we're going to take two iconic people and trade their lives. But question number one is, will it work? And question number two is, what would life be like with them trading places? And for you today, people, I got Janet Jackson trading places with Kim Kardashian. Question number one is, will it work?
Yeah, I think it would.
You think Kim K could fit into the Jackson 5, and you think Janet Jackson could fit into the Kardashian lifestyle?
Well, I'm not saying
that's
okay. We talking now.
We're talking about years.
Well, Janet ain't really. Janet is trying to be a mom. She being a mom right now. I don't see her really touring, doing a whole lot of situations. Her baby by a billionaire, right? Yeah, that's it. Okay, so we just trade billionaires. Yeah, trade billionaires and we trade parenting. Yeah, on that aspect. Now, what does Kim do? What does Janet have to do that Kim does? Get people out of jail? Social media? I mean, it's not hard.
That's fair. What would be one thing different if they traded places?
What would be different? I don't think Janet gonna be, giving all this 50 plus no more. I think Super Bowl is it for her.
And let's not really forget how Kim K got really on the scene. We don't know Janet's a freak, but she ain't got no tapes out there that we can check out.
Yeah. That's amazing though, you know what I'm saying? Type of wealth coming out of their household. It's a lot of money out there.
Man, crazy.
I need more than they got over there. They are the Jacksons.
They say if you're a rapper and you get with any of those daughters, you pop the baby in them ASAP.
I thought child support. I need that.
Take care of me.
Yeah, that shit is crazy, though.
So you survived trading places. Now I got this next thing that we do. It's called Impulse Q&A. And pretty much we got a company that got cards and they put questions on cards. We take 3 random questions and ask you if you don't like the question, we get pass it. And it's just for the fans. And let's hit you with it. Question number 1. What's the funniest thing you've seen a kid do?
Oh, a kid. Wow, funny thing I seen a kid do. Man, that's a tough one, man. Man, I was watching this kids do the darndest things. I've seen a lot of them too, but I can't even think of what would be the funniest one. Okay, you gotta go on that. Okay. That was a important question.
Unfortunately, a lot of these questions are corny. I try to pick some that were just pretty simple and easy to answer. Is this some word way worse than that? And I was like, I can't put that on BeLA, man. I ain't gonna do that.
All right, well, question number 1. What's something that you've never been able to do well?
Play the guitar. I tried to. I get on that motherfucker. You know what? I'm really amazed at talent. When I see people that never took a lesson, they just naturally get up there and they play the piano or the guitar. I'm more stunned by that. In drums, I'm more stunned by that than a magic trick. I'll be like, that's a God-given talent. Like, you ain't never. Right? Because I tried to go do it with lessons and couldn't get it in.
Damn.
You know, I took piano lessons.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Trying to turn it off. I got my little pick on the coordination and the feet. You know, but I could play drums. Yeah, that's crazy. And I was in a marching band, so you had to march whole beat and play the drums. So, people be amazed at that. People be amazed that I can rap. I'd be amazed at people that can get notes and sing but play the guitar. So,
Question number 2. If you got stuck in an elevator and were forced to listen to one song, what song would you pick?
Stairway to Heaven.
Nice.
I haven't even heard the story, but I just stepped it up. Get the fuck out of here.
You know, and I'm gonna hit one from the brain. So if you were trapped in a country, like a third world country, and you had to sell one item to get back to America, what item would you take, and what would you go to sell?
Wow. In America?
No. We have to be in a third world country trying to get back. We're trying to get back to Kurupt.
Goodness grief. I'm trying to get back. I'm gonna take wow, it's heavy, but I'm gonna take a mini pair of BeLA jeans and Nike t-shirts and possible. Because when you in a third world country, anything that's made in America is worth more. Feel me? Right. So you take some American-made Levi's and some American-made stuff that come from America, made in the USA. But I remember going to Jamaica, and I seen them do it right outside the resort, and we had a disc. How much? An hour. Like, you look at me, look down, you look at my Nike sandals. Like, you know, get my shoes. I'm like, yeah.
No problem.
$10 on the way here. You know what I'm saying? So I gave him the little sandals, and I was out there on the jet ski. So, and before I left, and so I gave the man my suitcase. And all clothes up all that. Because he took me around to Kingston. He was like my guy. I'm like, no, go fucking around over there. You know, then he bought me some weed. So we kind of got cool on my little 3-day there. So when I left, I gave him all my clothes. But he probably don't sell them. I don't know what's worth it.
Came up.
Yeah. So we got some stuff.
Relationships. He came up in Kingston on relationships.
Yeah.
So, bro, we most excited for coming up. You know, I know there's a lot of stuff always in the works, and you stay working.
But right now, we getting this BeLA line together. This BeLA line is out right now. The hip hop station is getting ready to accompany my blunts, BeLA blunts. So we all out to California on that legalized tip. You know, I'm excited about the drive to it. You know, for the hip hop station. So everybody in Vallejo, California, slide through 32 West Billboard. Fall in the air time, slide through little pick up the joint. That's what's up. Music-wise, I'm about to drop something real soon, probably like next couple of weeks. Next month or something like that. So I can do that.
Yeah.
Once you've been in the game for so long, and you know, you feel like you want to drop it out and just go after it. You know, at this point, you ain't got nothing to prove. So, you just give the people something to rock with. So, I got like 3 of them in the holster. I think I started doing it like every 2 months. Because me going back to the 1900s, long as we drop like 1 album a year, that album will last, you know, a whole year. Then the next year coming up, you expect so much time. Nowadays, the attention span is so short, the world moving so fast, you damn near got to give them some good content. You got to keep giving them content. That's what Instagram is about, that's what Facebook is about, SoundCloud. If you want to keep followers or people entertained, you got to keep content. So now beats started to like faster, singles started to like faster. And they really like a design setup like we used to do back in the days. It just, oh, they drops out this stuff. They call it, he just felt like about 2 days on, you know what? 1,300 likes, I'm about to drop this bitch.
Yeah. In a sense, because you and your family has kind of laid a foundation of what the Bay is. Does it ever surprise you in a way that you guys are still rocking with it, or that's just the naturalness of being from the Bay with y'all hustle? Because a lot of people really cannot last as long in hip hop, bro.
I think it's because, like I explained earlier, it's because it wasn't, first of all, I'd say, like our fan base was solid. Day one.
Yeah, all that.
Our fan base was people doing better in life, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people are locked up, a lot of people are dead. And the music reminds them, you know, HBCU reminds them of that time that they lived. Mm-hmm. Like you say, man, I grew up on you. That means something.
Yeah.
That's different. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You became from a little boy to a man off of my youth.
Yeah. So we're getting game.
Yeah.
I mean,
real talk,
yeah,
bro.
getting game. Shit. So those people stayed solid.
Okay.
And they kept us support. You might not have for me 5 years. I can drop the album. They going to get it.
Yeah. So none of y'all were too.
Yeah, they were going to get it. And they just, that's just what it's been like. To where, you know, we go through these different eras of music. From the hype music on to where we at now in 2020.
Yeah.
That's a whole, you know, whole different genre of music. But what we laid in the band, the sound that came out of here, you know, the funky bass lines, that was something that was already here before we started rapping.
Yeah.
Like I explained to you, you know, it's a lot of different bands and different people that was here making music. You see a lot of rappers,
yeah.
A lot of bands, garage bands, funky motherfuckers, jamming. They probably played with some of the biggest people that you know, Ohio players, you know, all the people. You know, when the dudes, you know, they feel them, the young dudes, and the dudes playing well. Came out of it, you know, Charles the Bear.
So, we notice that this show, you know, it's a little different, but at the same time, we do a little bit of the same questions, but it's on a whole different realm. You know, we like to do different in contracts and cut, and we like to really, you know, get to the genuine, the real. And so, I figured out, like, how do I end my show and be different? And, you know, I end my show with asking you got any questions for me?
You ever hit a 500 for 10?
Hold on, run that one more time. Man, listen to slow.
Let me give him his he don't understand. Let me give him his money. Let him get that.
No, that's what I asked you. Have you ever hit it for 5? And that was 10.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
What about the 10-20? Because Jim Jones was talking about that on the
challenge.
Yes. Yeah, bro. I came from that, like, bro, we roll a whole beat. We put 2 switches together and fill that motherfucker up. Okay. And we just smoke that motherfucker and try to hold it like you're playing baseball. Come on. Yeah. And you hold it until you pass it back out to the smoke out. And you gotta hold it, I pass it back to you. And we got your foot with it. You feel me?
That's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of shit, see, that's the shit that we were doing at Grambling State University. This is where the feeling really originated at. You know what I'm saying? Like my partners from North Carolina, they was already those ones, like the Phillies. But we in the baseball door, that's 15 years ago. Wow. By the time you roll a little joint past, you never see it again. So, you know, we remind crazy ass. I said, it's just 16 years ago. Maybe like this, maybe 2 village, like you together, that way we pass around here, everybody like get it, you know, a couple times.
Yeah, we got the 3-year pass rule.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was like, you know, bad. Now it's like, you know, you get high until you smoke till you get high. Like, you know, really fast and good. It's good.
Now that we graduated from COVID-19, every man for himself. You feel me? There ain't no pass.
I keep that to myself.
And just, like, for me, that's fine. Because when I wake up in the morning, I smoke by myself. When niggas be looking at me in the ass, it look like, you know, I'm like little puppies. Puppy come look at me like,
Get out here, hey.
no,
On that note, it's Contracts Uncut, Season 3, Episode 1. Big shout outs to Uncle Snoop's Army, Bobby D presents.
Army, Bobby D.
Man,
My boy, Currency, man. You really don't know.
Jet Life.
I mean, you just don't know what to do that.
That's what's sad.
That's all.
Yeah, tough.
I've had an honor and pleasure rocking with the legendary BeLA. Man,
Yes, sir.
brother, I appreciate you.
It's all good, man. I'm glad we got it done.
All day.
Yeah. You know what? It's your boy Be Legit. When you tune in to Contracts Uncut. Don't change that.
Right there you go. Another episode of Contrast Uncut. Make sure if you enjoyed it, you leave a comment below. You hit some like buttons. You hit some subscribe. You go ahead and hit share if you want to. Say something nice or say something you don't want to say at all. You're not going to hurt my feelings. Comment below.